Hello and welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes with Tim here on Heavenward Thinking. Today we're finishing off the book of 1 John chapter 4. We're going to be looking at verses 19 to 21. We love because he first loved us. Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or sister is a liar. For whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. And he has given us this command: anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. So this really ties up what we've been talking about throughout these first 4 chapters of 1 John, where we've seen that we are not only supposed to love God, but then we have to love other people. Sometimes it's easy for us to love God. We can get to a place where we're going to try to honor God, love him, try to be more like Jesus, but then we get to the second part of it and we get to having to love other people, especially those we don't like or those who've hurt us or wronged us in some way, and we don't like that. And yet we see here, we love because God loved us. That's the foundation for love. If God could love us who had sinned against him, and there was this giant gap between us and the Father, if he could love us so much to send his one and only Son to die for us, then we can love other people. And then we see that if we claim to love God but don't love other people, that makes us a liar, because we can't love God if we can't love those around us. It's this concept of we have to love other people if we're going to claim to be a Christian. You can't just say, well, I love God. It doesn't matter what I do to other people or how I act around other people or how I treat people. I'm just going to do whatever I want and claim to love God. That doesn't work. As a Christian, we're supposed to live radically transformed lives so that when people look at us, they see the light of Jesus shining through in every aspect of our lives. So our relationships with other people, the interactions we have with people, that's all going to be different when Jesus is present in our lives. If we truly love God, then we're going to love other people. It's just going to be a natural expression, because God's word tells us that to love God, we have to love other people. And that's his command. As we see in verse 21, he's given us that command. If we're going to love God, we have to love other people. So that's my challenge to you this week, is to not only love God and pursue him in your daily lives. We have to do that. That's the foundation. But also build upon that and love other people. Find ways to love others even when they may be unlovable in your eyes, or when they've treated you poorly, or when there's a million reasons on your list of why you shouldn't love them. Love them anyways, just as God loved us first. That's my challenge this week, and I hope you'll join us next time as we look at chapter 5 of 1 John on another episode of 2 Minutes with Tim here on Heavenward Thinking.